So I got a fun fact for you guys today. Did you know that the government recommends having enough on-farm storage to store up to 2 years worth of crops? Like, that's crazy. We've got a lot of storage and we can't even come close to holding 1 year's worth of crop, let alone 2. Be a lot of bins. Be some big bins. Just my little fun fact for the day. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we are out here at Gypville at our grain storage working on a little project. So our dryer here is fed by our 5,000 bushel wet holding storage, and it works. We've had it this way for close to 10 years now, but we have found that as we are trying to push things harder, move a little faster, run a little wetter corn, it's not enough storage, not enough wet holding for when we're running the dryer. So what we've decided to do this year is where I'm standing at right now, we are going to put in a 27-foot wet bin. It's going to be about 20,000 bushels. Gives us about 4 times the capacity of storing wet corn to give us better leeway when we're running the dryer during harvest. And then at the end of the year, once we're done with the dryer, we'll be able to fill it with dry corn and give us another 20,000 or so bushels of storage. But today, we've already had the gas company come out and move our tanks. We'll have to relocate those. They're sitting over there right now. But our auger is going to come along right here, along the side of the dryer, and then it's going to feed into the entrance of the dryer over there. So what we have to do here, this fan is going to be in the way of our auger. So we're coming in here, a little bit of prep work for the bin crew. This old heater, humidity dryer has to come out. We no longer use it anymore, so we're going to go ahead and pull all of that out, and then we're going to take this bin fan and slide it up, and that should give us enough clearance from wherever this bin's going to set for the auger to hit the bin the way we want it. So stick around. Dad and Dustin are pulling in, and we'll get this bin fan moved. Is it going to be a simple pop it out, slide it forward?
Is it ever a simple pop it out and pull it forward?
No. You gotta be hopeful though. You gotta start out being optimistic. Have to put some new move that and put some new anchors. Yeah, that's enough. Hey, you missed some bolts over here.
Well, there's nuts on it. They're nuts. You gotta get Shannon. I wanted to get up on close personal with
Galvanized. Alright, let's see if this works.
Hey, the ground's still wet too.
Oh, what are we doing with this?
It goes to the sensor in the side of the bin. We'll just take it out. There's
Side
side cuts. Just cut it off.
Yep.
He said the fan, so let's just unhook the motor.
Yeah, we don't need to move the motor, let's just move the fan. Ready?
Yeah. get some sealant around that opening. Well, it looks like
Oh yeah. About halfway there.
Yep.
What you got? That's farm. That's farming for you. Just use a welding helmet. About halfway. Yep. Get some hose clamps and.
Yeah, what are those pieces we took off?
Well, you want to go start the other one?
Yeah.
No. We'll let that one be until we know we got to do another one. Was not very fun, but we got it pushed together. Got it sealed, got it bolted down. All we're gonna have to come back and do, put some more anchors in the ground, get that control box mounted down. All right, Dad is back at Jipville finishing up that bin fan. Was no longer any need for 3 of us to sit out there and finish that up. Just had those couple things to tie down. Dustin and I are out here in the field at the moment working on some wonderful tile holes. So let me show you. So what we're working on right now is, you can see we have a hole that is pushing up water, and this is wet year round. So what we think is happening is that shed over there used to have a trailer and a septic system on it, and that we believe that septic line is still pushing, which it's just water now. There's no septic system anymore. It's just a clay tile in the ground. And we have plastic tile somewhere where Dustin is standing, and then another line on the other side of the backhoe. So our goal right now is we are looking for the plastic tile on either side. We're going to tap into the side of it and then just tie that clay into the plastic and let it drain through the tile that we've put in, keep it from pushing up on top of the ground. But right now, looks like somebody's struggling to find the plastic.
Found clay.
Found clay? Well, that's not supposed to be there. Well, I want plastic. I don't want clay. So the goal right now, we have found both the plastic and the clay, which is behind me. And right now, we are digging out the plastic. Dustin is going to put a T and find that juicy baby. Find little worms, and we're going to tap a T in there before we break into the clay, so that once the clay is opened, the water has somewhere to go and it doesn't just flood us out. But right now, it's just a lot of digging and manual labor. Fun stuff. This is what happens when the backhoe operator digs a little too much, letting the water in, and puts the digger on a time frame. Not gonna be long. His knee's gonna get wet. All right, I was hoping to be able to give you guys a better view of what we were doing, but As you can tell, the hole is full of water. So this is the old clay tile we cut. It's an old flat bottom. Stuff hasn't been around for a while. And then on our end, we've got the 4-inch plastic that we put in a couple years ago, and we have tapped it with a T. So that is ready for our 4-inch on our end. And the only way we have been able to find to adapt this is a 4 to 5 reducer, or a 5 to 4 reducer. Slide on there, and then we should be able to stick our 4-inch right into that, and we'll put some concrete, plastic, something around that to help seal it. But that's what we're doing now. Looks like Dad drew the short straw. He gets to play down in the water, find a good tile to hook onto.
We were going to be able to get concrete around it.
That is true. You want to go get a sump, drain it out? All right, hole number 2 is more of a typical hole. Not that any tile hole is good, but these are the ones that we like. So with clay tile over the years, there's nothing holding these two pieces together, just compression fit. So over the years, you can see they tend to settle, and then critters and stuff will get in there and create an avenue for the water, and it just creates a seep hole. So all we got to do here is we've got it dug out and cleaned out on the sides. We'll lay some plastic over the top of it, fill it back up, and this one will be good to go. Beautiful. Now that we've got it adapted to plastic, we'll go down to 4-inch. And now we just connect the 2 pieces of 4. Maybe.
Yep. Can you step on that?
Yep. And then we'll compress it down, fill it in. Okay, back on hole number 1, you can see we've got all of the water drained out. Now it's just a matter of hooking the plastic up to the clay, laying it in the hole, and eventually cutting it to the correct length and hooking it to our plastic. At this end of the hole, because it was so muddy, there was no real base under the tile, so we used bags of pea gravel and the old clay bats to support the plastic, keep it from sagging once we packed this fresh dirt on top of it. And then it's just a process of packing dirt around it, cutting tile to length, hooking it into our plastic, and fill the hole in. Those tile holes actually went pretty smooth. Not very often do you get to say that. So we knocked out that whole farm. I think there were 4 total tile holes that we fixed. The one was the only big one. That one was a fun one, but hey, that's going to get rid of an entire wet hole out in that field. So we will definitely see the benefits of getting that done this spring. But we were able to knock that and moving that bin fan off our list. And you know, anytime you can check a project off the list, you know it's been a good day. So with that being said, I think it's a good spot to end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.